What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today I want to talk about the entire mess surrounding Fallout 76 and talk about the fact that many people are actually saying that Bethesda are downright liars. So why are these accusations circling? Well, it all comes down to the fact that recently, as of a couple months ago, Bethesda and a lot of their big PR people like Pete Hines and Todd Howard were very vocal about the fact that they were not happy with the idea of crossplay when it came to Sony. The PlayStation 4 is an amazing machine, but let's face facts, Sony doesn't like changing it until people force them to. So right now, as of last night, Sony has at last started trying to be more open-minded about the idea of console crossplay, most specifically with Fortnite Battle Royale. When you're now playing that, you are in some capacity able to play with people on Nintendo Switch and Xbox One for the first time ever. So obviously, people are very curious because Sony had a little bit of an issue when it came to Bethesda earlier in the year, because Bethesda sat down and in some interviews was specifically saying, yeah, we would love for our games to be crossplay. Things like Fallout 76 that are only an online experience, we want this to be as accessible to the biggest community as we can possibly scrounge into a pile. But Sony is blocking us off. So what happens now? It seems like Sony is starting to try and open things up. They're letting the floodgates just be unleashed and letting the water go where it may. Well, now, suddenly Bethesda has changed their tune, basically saying, this is very cool and we're proud that they're doing this, but we're not sure we're on board, which seems to be quite conflicting with some of their earlier statements. Now, just my 2 cents, I think that this is reasonable on the surface, mostly because it can take many months to actually develop your game being cross-compatible. There's a lot of stuff in the code for making it interact with different platforms. And so if that were the case, I'd be understanding. If they were saying, okay, we want to do it, but not right now and not at launch. But here's my issue. They have now gone back and actually said further statements in interviews as of this morning about the fact that Fallout 76 may never be cross-platform and that it's not really even a priority in their development. Now, I understand that they're trying to get the game released first, but to just come out and say that right now they're not even interested in the idea of beginning the work of cross-compatibility, it seems a bit, well, not for me. I love cross-platform games because I feel like it gives me a chance to play with more kinds of people. I think that every console seems to have very different communities on it. Like, the Xbox One definitely has what I think is a much bigger sports community on it, and a lot of people really like hardcore shooters like PUBG. Whereas the PlayStation 4, I think the PlayStation 4 definitely has a little bit of a younger audience with a lot of stuff, so when you're playing stuff online, you're gonna have people that are more into like cool racing games and big like co-op action adventures. So seeing those communities come together and play games, I feel like you get some really interesting experiences. You end up playing with people that you wouldn't normally have run into, and that is, well, personally, that's part of the reason I love online games, is getting to encounter people that are so different from myself. Now, there is another thing that dropped this morning that's actually something that annoys me a lot more, but certain people seem to be very okay with it. So we did think that there was going to be some form of microtransactions in Fallout 76, but it turns out that they're rather egregious. Now, the thing here is, these will not affect gameplay in the typical sense. It does not seem that you'll be able to, like, purchase bullets or simply actually type in your credit card number to upgrade your gear. Instead, we now know for a fact that there will be a separate currency outside of the normal game called Atom. So there will be caps for purchasing different stuff like upgrades, items, or things that you need to craft with. But if you want to buy gear that looks really cool and giant and ultra epic, like making your head look like a glowing skull, or shoulder pads that have tiny machine guns on them, or something that looks really hardcore, those things will be purchasable with Atom. Now, Atom is going to be actually purchased with real money. Yeah, I hate games that do this so freaking much. Now, the press release they sent to YouTubers basically said that yes, this will be bought with Atom, but it will be able to earn Atom in-game. Now, here's my issue with this. So many games try this, specifically cell phone games. And a lot of us call them free to start, because eventually you're going to hit a point where if you want to get the biggest, flashiest stuff, you have to spend real money. So think about it. Bethesda's want to constantly roll out new content for Fallout 76 for many years to come. There's actually an interview where they recently said that they want Fallout 76 to be a game that lasts forever. So how are they planning on keeping it in business? I'm betting that what they're going to do is continuously throw out bigger, cooler, and a lot more dramatically designed cosmetic gear to keep it where the community ends up getting the guns they like and the things that they think have the best stats, but it becomes an effort to try and look cool and play cool. And so it's aggravating when I know that certain stuff is going to be forever locked behind some form of a paywall. Look at the fact that, okay, so I play a lot of Fortnite Battle Royale, and in the community, people who don't have the newest, coolest skins are often mocked. They're literally looked down upon because they have now built this social system of the richest and best players having all the coolest items. And I do honestly foresee that this could take place in the same situation in Fallout 76, of people who are the most hardcore, the crazy YouTubers who play the game like 800 hours a week somehow. Those dudes are going to have really cool, awesome stuff that everybody gets jealous of, and they're probably going to be even giving that out free to a lot of streamers to try and get the younger audience to buy it, to spend money on Adam. Now, the real reason I have such a problem with this, it just comes down to the fact that it feels like it's so anti-Bethesda. I have been a lover of their games for so many years at this point. Decades, because of the fact that I feel like they managed to have such a beautiful, self-contained universe. When I'm playing through Elder Scrolls games again and again, it's so interesting to find new little secrets that are hidden all over the place, or a crazy enchanted bow that lets me shoot arrows that do 10 billion damage, or if I'm playing Fallout, there's those great times when you wander into a random park and a huge mutant walks out of a lake that you end up having to fight off or be crushed horribly. Those are such stark, amazing, and really, really unique, charming times that only Bethesda can pull off. So something about this new methodology of monetizing every single player as much as they possibly can, it really kind of scares me in a way. I just want to make sure that this game and all future Bethesda games are incredible, but I feel like if they start getting away with cramming in microtransactions and selling you the brightest and flashiest clothes, what else are they going to do? They're just going to start trying to implement that in everything. I guarantee you, if Elder Scrolls 6 comes out in like 5 years and is already about to begin production, they're looking very heavily at the success of Fallout 76. This game is now going to be a testing ground. If Fallout 76 sells like 10 million copies and gets an additional like $100 million out of microtransactions, which it easily will, we're definitely going to be seeing that definitely bleed into Elder Scrolls, and that really disappoints me. I'm a person who's okay with change, introducing new ideas, trying new experiments. That is what pushes gaming forward. But this idea of trying to maximize profit per player, it really, honestly, downright disgusts me. But this is just my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Alright, I actually have to get back to working on some games for review. I just realized accidentally you're seeing some top secret games in this video that I wasn't supposed to show, because I'm tired. Alright, let me edit this. Oh, hey! I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.